All right, Hardianas, another incredible conversation with Mandi Nelson today. But before we speak about what we spoke about, this episode is brought to you by alltradescover.com.au. If you are in the, area of needing some sort of insurance, if you're a tradie specifically, they're the ones that they really specifically cover and work on. You want to hit them up. If you're a big business, small business, they're going to be able to help you and give you all of the options that you need to cover yourself. And to be fair, if you're a tradie and you're in that sort of industry and you don't have some sort of insurance, you're probably setting yourself up for a bit of a costly venture at some point, because tradies suffer a lot of injuries, lost work, lots of things on site. So, hit them up. Can't give you any examples because legally I'm not allowed to, but I'm sure they can cover you and give you a pretty good competitive quote. This episode is also brought to you by Crafted Finance. Had a lot of people asking about them, so that's really good. Very encouraging. Their website is in our show notes and in our bio. But if you needed some sort of loan, where the mortgages is what they really specifically focus on, but business loans, car loans, and they're pretty knowledgeable when it comes to anything when it comes to finance. So they're going to give you all the options, present you with the best options for the term of the loan, and they break it down pretty easy for people like us that don't understand the money side of things as well. So get involved. They're great people, good people, and support those who support us.
Fantastic. But
we were joined by Mandi again. You're a bit of I think you might be. I don't think you're the most. You don't think you've been on the most episodes, but you've been on a lot. Maybe 4 or 5 episodes. Yeah. So, mate, another great chat today about the ending of the year of the wood snake into the year of the fire horse.
Absolutely.
So, do you recall what we covered today?
Oh, wow. We covered a lot.
Yeah.
We covered that also occurs at the at the 28 degrees of Aquarius, which is interesting because I did have to correct myself throughout the podcast on that. And then we also and we spoke about the meaning of that for the individual and for the collective. We also spoke about what's happening on the 20th of February, 3 days later, and that 0 point field, the conjunction between Neptune and Saturn, which means they're hanging out together, and how they're going to influence us to embody more of our living truth.
Yes.
And I think really we spoke quite a bit into how to regulate our nervous systems in amongst everything that is literally being dumped, and how heavy that feels, and ways that we can look after ourselves and one another, as well as right responsibility and initiated leadership.
Yeah. It's a pretty good episode for anyone who's uncertain in what is pretty considerably dark times or uncertain times.
Uncertain.
We are delving into some pretty exciting, if you look at it in the way that we've framed it, times ahead as well. So very good episode. We even did a cacao ceremony.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about the cacao.
Cacao ceremony. And we touched on a couple of things that sort of triggered us and the things we learned from it, and the way we responded to a couple of those things. So awesome episode as always. And without further ado, let's get home.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
So
I'm wearing red today.
I know.
Do you know what? I got told by my partner. She said, you just wear, Grace.
Yeah.
I got told by Grace that I was always wearing just black or white. And she'd just sort of say it subtly. Just little another black T-shirt. And so I got this hint that I need a bit more colour. So I went and bought 8
different colours.
Different colours.
Well, the pink Pink really pops on
Yes. Yeah. I do like the pink. Pink on here is a good one. It's, but yeah, just.
I was just tidying
But
up my hair.
I went with. Grace was like, I didn't mean go and get the same brand from the same shop and all the different. So I just got a heap of Kathmandu shirts because they were on special. I'm still a bargain hunter.
Yeah. I hear you.
2 for $50.
I
So
hear you.
There you go.
So-
what do we got here? We got cacao, hey?
Yeah. So, like, are we just going to drink this, or do you want to
Mate, if there's any sort of
ceremony
or anything you want to do, we can do that. And if it goes for too long and it's too much dead noise, I don't know, I'll edit it slightly, but it's all good. Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, if you want to do a little bit of ceremony around it,
Yeah, I'm fine. And you like to do like an acknowledgement and stuff? Yeah, we can do all that. Yep, whatever you'd like to do.
all right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So when are we?
Yeah.
We're live.
We're live. Yep. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so I've bought in some cacao that we're going to share this morning because I love the embodied presence that I personally have with cacao. Have you had cacao before?
I mean, I have it instead of chocolate now
Okay.
to have a healthier option.
Okay.
I've been having collagen chocolate, which is cacao and a few other things. But
Do you make it yourself? Like chocolates, little chocolates?
no, like as a chocolate milk or a cacao,
yeah. Okay.
But also, yes, I replaced for a while. I replaced chocolate with cacao. Now it's not as nice, but then I put a little bit of honey in there or something like that. And well, look, I'm not perfect. I've gone back to chocolate, but yes, I do like cacao, but I not really had it in ceremonial ways or anything.
So you've never had ceremonial cacao?
No.
Okay, well, I feel incredibly blessed and honoured that
Oh,
you
nice.
are popping your cacao cherry
Very good. Yes. Exciting.
with me because that requires trust. So I and I see that and I really value that. So thank you. So in this cacao, like I say prayers over the cacao, first of all, like safety is so important to me. So I check to see that the cacao is okay to use because cacao comes from, shamans blend the paste together when you buy like big blocks or, if you're buying 500 mils or a kilo or whatever, a shaman has actually made that. And previously, there's a lot of jealousy over one cacao farm doing better than another.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to check that it's okay. So I check in that it's okay, and if needed, we'll take it up with us. And when we do Agnihotra in the mornings, which is that Vedic practice of burning cow dung and ghee, we'll cleanse it in that because that clears the field for like a kilometre around, 12 kilometres above and below, even from Wi-Fi. It's quite amazing. So we'll take it into that. So, yeah, I've checked that this is okay for us to drink.
Beautiful.
I've offered prayers. I've given gratitude to the shamans and to those that have imported this cacao for us.
Beautiful.
It also contains blue lotus.
Okay.
And I love to mix the two together. So I create a little bit of a tea.
Yeah.
And I actually have put in two beautiful petals, flowers, blue lotus flowers. It's organic.
Beautiful.
So that kind
I've got a blue lotus flower on me.
it means something. I should have bought some in for you, actually.
Yeah.
I have so
Yeah, I've got one on there. It was, what was I can't recall the exact Buddhist, what the translation of what they think it represents. I think it was newborn or reborn.
No mud, no lotus.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's the one. No mud, no lotus. That's
good one for right now.
Yes. Yeah.
On a much broader
Dead
scale.
Right. Yeah.
So this has also got honey, local honey in it. It's got some rose water. It's got a little bit of chili, which I generally don't put into mine.
I like a bit of spice.
Yeah, well, the chili also allows it to move through the system much quicker.
Okay.
So
if we need a toilet break after, yeah.
Well, I didn't actually mean it from that perspective, but I meant that we would feel it working within our body really quick, much quicker. But it is
what it gives you, like a buzz or like a like coffee, like makes you feel alert and awake?
I'm going to be super intrigued
Oh.
to see how this affects you.
Okay.
But generally what cacao does is it enhances whatever you're doing.
Oh, wow.
So if you have it before a yoga practice or before meditation or in the midst of a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it brings you into your heart.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's bringing, whereas, coffee, and I know that when I've done podcasts with you before,
Yeah.
like I'll have a coffee before I leave home and then I'm like, oh, I just need another one,
Yeah.
But I'm very much in my head and my head is racing.
Yeah,
you know?
okay.
Whereas with cacao, it brings you, like if you were going to have a deep conversation with Grace, for example,
Yeah.
you might want to have some cacao first.
Oh, we have deep. This is the thing I love the most about Grace. We'll go on a walk around the lake or just walk the dogs down to the lake and back and whatever. And you get back and you're like, we've just had the deepest conversations about the weirdest shit ever. We don't have just like, oh, can't wait to buy that pot plant next week. Like we do have those normal conversations as well. Like let's set up the baby room and whatnot. But the deepness of those conversations, that's the thing that I love the most about her. I can have those chats. I'm not sure I can have those chats with many other people.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I was talking about those deep relationship chats.
Oh.
Are you talking about those?
God, we kind of do. We don't. I don't think we do like to take all our. Well, we've intended on having these regular check-ins to make sure that we're both okay. We're a little lazy with it, to be fair, sometimes because things are so good. Like we never argue. There's never any real issues. So, but yeah, okay, cool, noted. It's a good idea.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful medicine.
Okay.
It's a legal plant medicine and it has a beautiful spirit. It really wants to work with humanity so that we move into our heart space,
Okay.
and we are embodied and grounded in that space. So, yeah, have I remembered everything? And some dates.
Oh, so it'll be a little nice and sweet.
It'll be sweet. I like sweet cacao.
I like sweet.
Because it's got rose water in it as well.
Cool.
So it's a very feminine, like sometimes in cacao ceremonies, they like to have really bitter, because it is really bitter, as you know, if you're trying to replace it with chocolate.
Yes. First time I was like, oh, cool, let's have it. And then just didn't put anything with it. And I was like, oh, what is this? I think we put a little bit of chocolate, like the dust on top of our coffee.
Yeah, okay.
And then Grace chucked we had proper drinking chocolate.
Yeah.
Which is, I know it's not healthy, but we had that.
Yeah.
And then Grace put a heap of cacao in there to top it up. And I was like, oh, what is this? Yes. So it wasn't great, but we've sorted that since. But yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, it's clumpy and it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was very bitter.
Dear.
But we've actually now got a nice little mix of like the drinking chocolate and the cacao have mixed together.
Okay.
And created like maybe a healthier version.
Okay.
I don't know, whatever.
All right. Who knows where this is going to go? You might take this recipe home to Grace and give it a go.
Yeah, definitely.
So you have invited me to share with you the way that I would do this in ceremony.
Yeah.
I've just finished the beach ceremonies with the beautiful women. And so let's give this a go then.
Do we drink a whole thing
Not
at once? Yet. Okay. Oh.
You're inviting me to do ceremony.
Yes.
So
yep.
I'm just going to distill this a little bit because otherwise it could go for 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, cool. Easy.
So I'm going to break it down.
All right.
Before we begin anything, because whenever I'm working with a group or with another person, would you be comfortable in saying a statement of sovereignty?
Yeah.
Okay. So just repeat after me. I'm a sovereign being.
I'm a sovereign being.
And I command my personal space.
And I command my personal space.
I build connections only with beings.
I build connections only with beings.
That support my sovereign domain.
That support my sovereign domain.
Okay. I call into this space the highest frequencies of light, the highest frequencies of love, Anything of a lower frequency is only welcome here if it chooses transformation and transmutation. Otherwise, you are not welcome here and you must leave now. I also take this opportunity to acknowledge and honour the traditional spiritual custodians of this beautiful butcher that we're upon. We're on Wajak Butcher. I acknowledge and honour the Bibbulman or the paperbark people. It's the Noongas and the Yorgas. I acknowledge and honour the ancient ones, the ancestors, the elders, both past, present and emerging. I also acknowledge each of our ancestral lineage, and I acknowledge and honour the teachers of our teachers. So I'd just like to give the deepest gratitude to our Father the Sun, who has given the power, given the light to this plant to grow, to those that have tended the plant, to our brother the wind, who has enabled that this plant grew flexible, it grew strength, and to our beautiful water for enabling this plant to grow, as well as the roots that dove deep within Pachamama, our beautiful Earth Mother. So I would also like to thank the spirit of cacao. Thank you for working with us today, and thank you to Cameron for allowing me to bring this beautiful medicine with us. So we've done our blessing.
Beautiful.
And we may now drink.
Do we drink the whole thing or just sip?
Skull.
Skull?
If you want it to hit quicker, you probably do want to drink it reasonably quickly.
Okay. Well, I'll get it all down.
Oh, he's literally sculling.
That is thick. It's quite thick. It's not what I thought it was. It's not what I thought it was going to be. She just dosed me with LSD, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, wow. It's tasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Uh-huh.
Glorious.
Do I have cacao lips?
No, do I?
No.
We are going to be on
No.
camera, so no, that's good. Tastes glorious. And so a little bit more present it should bring me, you?
Embodied presence, grounded presence.
Okay.
So we're speaking more from the space of our hearts rather than the mind.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I've had a very interesting thing happening to me lately. I know you're here to talk about Year of the Snake and the Year of the Fire Horse and a lot of other things, actually, to be fair, the lunar eclipse coming up. But I sometimes feel like maybe you overlook signs. Sometimes there's not a sign in everything. But there's some things that I look into and I'm like, what is happening here? And every time I've not said some things that I want to be saying, my throat has become so sore and restricted lately. And I've been holding back on saying certain things and not like personally to people, but like publicly, and like holding back some stuff with some friends that I feel like I need to help them with, which we were alluding to before. And yeah, the longer I hold it back, my throat really has been quite sore. Now, I also recognize that I could just have a sore throat.
You could just have a sore throat, and it could be that if you're not speaking your truth, then you are definitely being blocked, or you're blocking yourself. You're blocked within the throat chakra.
Yeah.
There could be also outside interference upon that, which is holding you back. We could do another clearing. There could be something else that has dropped in there. But okay. There's always multiple ways of looking at things, right?
Yeah.
So I just think that, you're expressing that you're not saying things that you feel to say.
Yeah.
So therefore, I would be questioning why.
Yeah, you don't want, not up to me to say to them, that's what it feels like.
Okay, so you're utilising discernment, but it's obviously having a physical effect.
Yeah, and that, again, that's if that's what this is. I could just have a sore throat, but it's been around for like a week and a half.
Has it been a week and a half that you haven't been speaking your truth?
Oh, yeah. Potentially. I'm not certain. I didn't really align. I take note of it. I didn't take note of whether I was thinking that then. But certainly recently I'm like, fuck. I'd love to help them, but it's not up for me to point out some stuff.
Yeah, I think there's discernment required, and you kind of know when you need to. Yeah. I mean, you could just go outside and yell.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Who knows? But, it's interesting because I think there's a lot of people in that situation who can see that someone's suffering because, they're sabotaging themselves. But the one thing and I said to you before the podcast, one thing I've learned is by telling people that sometimes they're not ready to hear it, and so it backfires, or it's just not their time. Sometimes sometimes it's their process is their process. There's so many things I've been told in the past where I've just gone, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. And then like 4 years down the track, I'll be like, oh yeah, they said that.
Would you want someone to tell you? How would you feel about that?
I think I would in hindsight, but I think I'm also, I understand that if I wasn't ready to hear it, I'd probably push back against it and go, no, you're wrong. Would
it drop a seed in for you though?
Maybe. Yeah, good point.
Because I think it's really interesting. I think in a big way where humanity is moving at the moment is out of power over into power within. Okay, so that requires initiated self-leadership. That requires responsibility. Okay, so that obviously there's discernment in that. However, it means that if there's a conversation to be had, can it be had in a way that is honouring of the person?
Oh, definitely.
And even if it doesn't land, you've spoken it.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly something to think about, and ways to communicate that to them without making it feel like it's an attack. Because I feel like when I was at my lowest, if someone was to say, hey, you're doing this and it looks like it's not good and whatever, this is sabotaging you, I probably would have been like, fuck off.
Yeah, but there's ways to bring things up with people that
definitely.
And I think it depends on emotional kind of growth as well, and there's ways to hold conversations. I mean, you could lead with open questions. How you're feeling about the way things are going at the moment,
mate? The way the world's going at the moment as well.
Yes, and I think I looked into your numerology because I was looking at this number 1 for this year, and you are a 4.
Okay. Right?
Do you want to know how I calculated that, or
do
you think I just magically?
No, explain to me what a 4 is, what a 1 year is for everyone that may be new to this sort of stuff.
Well, a 4, I've calculated that you gave me your date of birth.
Yeah.
And so I added all of the numbers together. So of your day, your month, your year.
Yes.
Okay, so a 4 is a builder.
Okay.
You're a builder.
Yep.
So you hold the structure, and you also hold a lot of responsibility in that. Okay.
So what does that mean for anyone else who's a 4, or what does that mean? Like if we hold that responsibility for structure?
Well, it means you hold the foundation, which makes it made a lot of sense for me in the fact that you are holding you hold a successful podcast. With that comes a lot of responsibility. And I think that's kind of getting back to what we were talking about to begin with, what do you choose to speak out about? What do you choose not to speak out about? Because you were definitely holding a foundation, and you're definitely building, you've built a strong foundation of listeners. So therefore there is a lot of responsibility. Yeah. So how do you hold that responsibility? I mean, is it, how are you feeling with that responsibility given the external is in chaos?
Yeah. I kind of like it, or I don't find it difficult to wrestle. There's moments where I definitely wrestle myself about like how you word things. Am I contributing to more division and those sorts of things? But also coming at it from a perspective of like I'm a common person with no extra knowledge on anything, and these are just my thoughts from my heart. Like exactly what I'm thinking doesn't make me the person who's correct. This is just exactly how I see it. I think that's something I'm quite comfortable with. Delby definitely doesn't like that responsibility. He's just here he likes to tell his jokes and he's fun, and this is a fun thing for him. He's curious. He likes to learn. So that definitely doesn't sit well with him. But I don't mind expressing my opinions because I don't mind being wrong either.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good quality of leadership and taking responsibility because, at Truth, we're all growing and learning, and I think that is a true mark of a good leader and an authentic leader. And it's actually what's required from all of the world leaders. Yeah. And it's probably why we've got like gurus falling, and because we need to continue to grow and learn, to move beyond the structures that we've built and go, okay, what have we learned here? Yeah.
Well, I think it's about empowering yourself and not looking to anyone else for their opinions.
Absolutely.
You can use a diverse array of opinions to help you formulate your opinion. You can go, okay, they've suggested this, they've shown me these facts, they've showed me these facts and said this. Look, I think it's actually a bit of both or whatever.
Absolutely.
But I don't think you should ever laud anyone as the truth.
I agree. It's a living truth these days.
Yeah, because if I speak my open, honest, authentic reaction on certain situations, I could be wrong, but then that gives someone the chance to be able to go, hey, yeah, I know this is what you think, but this is actually, have you considered this, this, and this? And so that also requires being able to take ego hits.
Definitely.
That's not easy. I don't like it. I don't like being wrong. No one likes being wrong.
Oh, look, I think if we come from a living truth.
Yeah.
Living truth.
Yeah.
And that means that when we receive more information, because we only know what we know in that moment, and once we know more, then if we have the humility and the humbleness to be able to admit, actually, I've given this some more thought, or I've learnt this, and that's broadened my knowledge. Yeah, and I think that's where the structures need to change.
Yes. Yeah, certainly. Well, we talked about it yesterday with Rebecca Barnett about structures and the inertia of change. Is these things are so big and these systems are so big, it's not one thing that needs to change to correct the ship. And so sometimes it's easier to just go, well, yeah, maybe we did.
Too hard.
Yeah,
Too hard. I'll just focus in on my little patch.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily require a big conspiracy where all these people are orchestrating this division or whatever in the world. Sometimes it's just like the wrong decisions were made to enhance corporate interests or individuals in certain areas.
Power over.
Yeah. Maybe there is a conspiracy amongst some very small elites, which we are seeing play out in real time as well. But regardless, the inertia of that is very difficult to correct. And so sometimes it's just a too hard basket.
Yeah. Yes. And I think quiet reflection. I mean, you're already talking to me of how you reflect upon your life and you take that time. Richard Rudd's the king of contemplation. And moving into a fire horse, and I'm aware that we're going to speak a little bit more into that. It's really important for us because there's going to be so much momentum, and there is so much momentum around at the moment. It's really important just to take that time to be still.
Yeah.
and not to respond in an activated state.
Yes, because this year has been what they call a shedding year. Is that how you explain it?
Numerologically, I almost didn't get that word out. Last year was a 9.
Yeah, so endings.
Endings, absolutely. So there's 9-year cycles. This, and yes, it was the year of the wood snake. So yeah, there was lots of shedding going on all around the place. You would have seen it with your friends, relationships breaking down, job places changing, massive things happening, people leaving the planet, the effect of that. So yeah, and externally we've seen it as well. Maybe not to the effect that it actually needs to be at this point.
But coming to light.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been disclosure.
Yeah.
Some disclosure.
It's the beginning, I guess.
It is the beginning. It is the beginning. And so this
even
year,
within yourself, like the shedding or the shining of the light on habits or relationships, people, things that were not beneficial to you. Yeah, ridding yourself of them. That things that don't align.
Yeah, absolutely. That aren't in alignment with you to continue to grow.
Because even if you didn't shed them, you were exposed to the fact that they are not beneficial to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we've got the eclipse period happening next week. And that is in alignment with the fire horse. And eclipse periods are those wild cards.
So the maybe for people who don't know, if we've gone from we're going through the year of the wood snake.
Yes.
This is based on Chinese New Year, is that correct?
Yeah, Chinese New Year.
And it ends February 17th or 16th, and the February 17th is the beginning of the year of the fire horse.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it exactly. And if we wanted to break that down, so if we have a think about like what does fire, like what is fire symbolic of to you?
The spark, the beginning, the flame that's driving us.
Yeah, it's alchemy. It's transformation.
Yeah.
It's willpower as well and discipline.
Yeah, the turning of a gas into a flame, I guess. And
yeah, that's the alchemy. Absolutely. And then, okay, so what's a horse represent for you?
Power, drive. Yeah.
And it's also sensitive and intuitive, because you have a think about it. Like when you're with horses, sometimes they're just attracted to be with a particular person and they're not with another.
Yeah. I mean, they're often used even in movies as the stereotypical, like if something odd's happening around, the horses get scared and they bugger off.
Absolutely.
And that's not just a stereotype, it's a stereotype for a reason. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they also know when to be still. So I think that it's almost like the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
I think they're important qualities as well to be thinking in terms of the fire horse. And so, we move into that on February the 17th. And it is going to be a year where, I said at the beginning of the year in a lot of my ceremonies, there's 3 themes that we really need to focus on this year. First is nervous system regulation. The second is a living truth. And the third is embodying our spirituality. So what I mean by that, whether you call yourself spiritual or not, your life is a spiritual one. Like you are, let's say you're in turmoil and you might call out to God or you might call out to whatever. I think most people by this point are aware that they have an aspect of themselves that is trying to guide them, that is coming up with the good ideas, that is like going, maybe don't have that beer tonight,
Yeah.
Maybe let's not drink throughout the week, or why don't I start exercising some more, or why don't I feel really fired up about this, why don't I speak out about that?
Yeah.
So I think most people, embodying our spirituality, so really living your truth. So the fire horse is really encouraging us to regulate that nervous system. So we're living in a crazy external world at the moment that is just driving the nervous system. If you're scrolling through social media, oh my goodness, I have to take a break from it.
Yeah.
Like particularly last week, it was thick and heavy, and I was noticing, my heartbeat was increasing.
Yep.
I was noticing that I was feeling disorientated. I was feeling shock. I was feeling and what was being disclosed, I was already well aware of.
Yeah.
However, in the onslaught of it, the anger that I was feeling, it was all, so I just have to put the phone down and I don't need any of this at the moment. That's not because I'm hiding from it.
No.
That means I just need time to contemplate this and what is the way through this and what is this sharing for me. And for me, that's around okay, how do we make life safer? I don't mean out of fear. How do we hold the responsibility with embodied leadership, not letting people into danger? How do we keep ourselves safe? How do we keep ourselves balanced? So I know for me that's, I've had a dedicated yoga practice now, daily yoga practice for 17 years. So for me, that's doing my yoga as soon as I wake up in the morning, not touching my phone, that's what I do. And then I'm doing some breath work after that as well. I'm doing breath work before I go to bed. And I'm talking about breath work that invokes the parasympathetic nervous system. So this is when we have a longer exhalation than inhalation. So it's easy.
Is it the 4 in, 7 hold, 8 out?
Absolutely. That's a brilliant example of that one. And you do that 4 times. And that's exactly the one that I'm doing before I go to sleep.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
That one I started doing without prompt.
Awesome.
No one told me. I remember talking to someone who did breathwork instruction, and I asked them, and I said, look, I just been meditating, and I felt like the best way for me to do was to breathe in, hold for an extended period of time, and then breathe out for a longer time. And they were like, yeah, that's a perfect, and I think they described it as a perfect way to relax your parasympathetic nervous system.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I've done that by accident. Or was it by accident? Probably not.
It was your higher self.
Yeah. And the same thing has happened to me a couple of times, like even my sauna routine.
Yeah.
I would do probably 3 to 4 times a week. I would go for 2 lots of 10 minutes, 10 minutes in, 2 or 3 minutes out, 10 minutes in, 20 minutes a session. And it was about an hour to an hour and a half a week. Total. And then I heard Huberman talking about the best way to do it. And he said, yeah, you should be doing, about an hour and a half a week. And I was like, oh my God, I've just nailed that by accident. So
is it by accident?
I don't think so. No.
Do you believe that it's your higher self maybe talking?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Or your higher mind or
there's something there that maybe you're tapping into and you don't quite you're not consciously aware of the hearing of it, and you just do it by intuition or gut feel or whatever. And I guess that's what it is, isn't it? So, yeah. But certainly, I mean, the sauna one, that could just be random. But the breathing in like that and breathing out, no one had instructed me to do that before. I didn't know what it was, and that's exactly what felt right to do within meditation or at the start of meditation. Yeah,
brilliant. And I mean, there's plenty of other breath work or pranayama in yogic terms, as we call it.
Yeah.
Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing's a really good one. Viloma pranayama. There's plenty more. I'm sure if you just do a Google search for what breath will help me relax.
Yeah. Well, we see that with Delby, and you'll see in next week. I think it is next week or the week after when I release the episode while we're away in New Zealand. He did a brain map, and they did the thing of his central nervous system was just constantly on.
Yeah.
And that's obvious to everyone who can see him and watch him because it manifests physically. That's why he's moving, and he's created comfort in discomfort. His body's in a constant state of fight or flight.
As most people have these days.
Exactly. So now Delby's an example because he's on camera, you see him, and he's probably at the extreme level as well with some of his ADHD traits and whatnot. And but he's certainly someone who will benefit from the calming of the central nervous system.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But look,
we thought
everyone.
the funny thing
everyone
is,
could
we
do
thought that if you were to calm that down for him, he'd lose his edge, his quickness.
Yeah.
But that's just a skill he's built. He's actually just very talented. He's learned how to be quick. His brain works that fast. It's not the ADHD that's making him that fast. It's not being constantly on. So if anything, that's going to make him quicker.
Absolutely.
Which I cannot believe he could be quicker and smarter and so on. But his brain won't be working as hard. His central nervous system won't be working as hard, so he'd be more efficient with the way he delivers it. So you, any listeners, in 2 weeks, you'll be able to hear the full breakdown of his brain and the way it works.
That sounds exciting.
But yeah, that's a perfect example. He's an example of the extreme, but so many people are in that area where they've created comfort in discomfort. They think they're okay. They think they're fine. They think they're happy. They think they're at peace. And their brain and their body suggest otherwise.
Yeah, and they've developed perhaps more negative coping systems. So they might turn to alcohol. Their diet might be crap.
Yeah.
So this year is really bringing us back to
keeping
our
busy,
simplicity.
keeping busy.
Yes.
Distracting yourself with Netflix on your phones. These are all ways to cope with how you're feeling.
Absolutely. And I think, all of them are okay in moderation. That's, and sometimes it takes someone really close to you to be able to spell that out for you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But, that's something that I think a lot of people will benefit from. If it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, it is.
Breathing.
It is really simple. Tidying up the diet too. Strength is important this year. Exercise.
Well, this is a thing that I've been talking about with regards to doing the things that align with you and making you feel good. I've written down a list, and to be fair, I've actually gone away from it a little bit. I have gone back to my phone in the morning sometimes and got a little bit better from time to time. Me and Grace will look at our Whoop data instead of going online and but we didn't. I've got written down almost a guideline of things that align with me and make me feel better in the mornings, better at lunchtime, during the day, better at nighttime. And if I do them, I don't have to do them all, but if I stick to those, I'm going to be feeling good.
Yep.
And if I do these things, I feel out of alignment, which is doom scrolling. If it's too much coffee, if it's drinking, if it's eating poorly, whatever it is, those choices. What I think you'll find is a lot of people who just don't know. They're just frustrated. They feel that sort of, and I think there's going to be a lot of people right now are in this weird, unknown feeling, this uncomfortable feeling at the moment, uncertainty.
Yes.
And maybe you can speak more to this, but what I would recommend is work on your health, work on cleaning up your diet, work on exercising, work on being the most aligned version of yourself. And that uncertainty will then become clear on what direction you will want to go in.
Yeah.
Because when you are at your best, actually, do you know what? That's
where are we going?
Here we go. This is worked out. Yeah, synchronistic.
Well, when you're
I've seen
in
a quote about this.
When you're in alignment, your synchronicity flows. When you're out of alignment, your synchronicity is not as prevalent.
There you go. So this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is I didn't even plan on doing this, but here we go. There's a quote that I seen this morning.
Yep.
And I sent to myself as well to remind myself later on when I go back and look.
Yep.
Uncommon advice. This was by Awaken One. If you don't know what to pursue in your life right now, pursue yourself. Pursue becoming the healthiest, happiest, most healed, present, confident version of yourself. Then the right path will reveal itself.
Absolutely.
Which is exactly what I just said, I guess. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to speak to you were speaking a moment ago and about people feeling in the dark.
Yes.
Okay, so that is really important. There's a lady called Rebecca Dawson, and she channels, and I intermittently kind of drop into her stuff. She's Perth-based, but she's international. And so she, in her yearly report, she was talking about how it's a bit like the whole of humanity at the moment is in a dark room. So when you're in a dark room, and I've been there for 48 hours, obviously you can't see a thing. You can't reach for your phone. You can't see what's ahead of you.
And that can feel uncomfortable.
However, in that dark room, what happens is your other senses come forward. Okay, and in particular touch is really important, and the sixth sense as well, which is our intuition.
Yeah.
So I think adopting what it is that you've already spoken to, what we've already spoken to around regulating the nervous system, as well as finding stillness and contemplation, is the opportunity to connect into, okay, look, I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's going to happen in the next moment. However, I'm just going to sit with this and see what it feels like, and then allowing yourself to process those emotions. Allow them just to flow through you.
Yeah.
Because our emotions, our feelings, they only last 3 to 5 minutes unless there's a trigger.
Yeah.
And when there's a trigger, that's an opportunity. That's basically the universe saying, hey, there's a little bit of work you need to do there.
Yeah.
Like, what's underneath that?
Yeah, if something's triggering you, what is it saying about you?
So humanity itself is in that dark place, and it can be scary. However, remembering that we all came from a dark place.
The womb.
Absolutely. And it's a bit, if we look at the way that basically everything is created from that darkness.
Yeah, well, if you look at like what creating life is, like when you're first born, when you come out of that dark room, it's all new.
From the darkness into the light.
Yeah, you're trying to learn, you don't understand what's going on.
Yes.
And then eventually, after a few years, you navigate it and go, oh, this is life.
Which is a bit like being in a 1 year as well.
Okay.
Because have a think about it. Exactly. When you're born, you need help. You need help to be fed. You don't know how to walk. You need to learn all of these skills. You need to talk. So a 1 year is we're learning. We're seeding.
Yeah. I know that I think people have been, I don't think unintentionally, I think by design, that people have been fed some of this information, for example, that's come out last week with the Epstein files. A lot of people were aware of this a long time ago, us included. And the grief and the feeling, the darkness, the sleepless nights I went through when I learned all this stuff. Oh, the almost like trauma-like response.
It is.
We went through that by ourselves.
Yeah.
Without people, it was almost embarrassing to talk about it because you thought people would think you were crazy. So you kept it to yourself. So you went through all this darkness by yourself.
Yeah.
And I think those people are now the ones here to hold the hands and help and guide the people who are now seeing this as a reality. And that some people want to stick their head in the sand, and I completely understand why.
Yeah.
And want to ignore that this is the world that we live in. But I think the people who were aware of it, we're here to just say, hey, we got through it, and it's not great. I don't know what our role is. I don't know how we change that as individuals. I don't know what the answer is for that, but we are here to help the others that are learning and having their eyes open now.
Yeah, I think we're holding space for that in whatever way that our individual design, our individual human design is created to do that. So, for example, you just speaking to that right now because this is your structure, being a 4 numerologically. This is your structure. This is your area of responsibility. For me, I work either with groups or one-to-one, so being there to hold space. But if you don't have, obviously your listeners listen.
Yeah.
Speak it out with somebody who you trust to be able to hear you with an open heart. And what I mean by that is someone that can just allow you to vent if you need to vent without getting reactive.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really important. I think naturally women, we have that. We have that in our friends because we speak deeply about everything. Men, this is something that is within them, but they're being more encouraged to really open up to that skill now. So I think just being there for people, taking that time, as I said before, to allow the emotion to flow through. If you need to yell, if you need to kick a punching bag or punch a punching bag, whatever it is that's moving through you, if you need to cry, water is a great stabilizer. Having a bath, going for a swim in the ocean.
Yeah, how good's the ocean?
Yeah, I love
It's the best.
I love the ocean. Even just standing on the earth and offering it up to the earth, offering energy to the earth. Say I'm feeling really heavy with this.
Yeah.
And just literally saying, can you take this energy from me?
I think it's going to be an interesting few years because I think we're seeing some things being unveiled. Last week is one example, but there's so much more.
Yeah, there is. There is.
Even like I'm interested to see what happens with things like here's something left to center that I don't think many people think about. Like when we go out to your when we go to your property or when I go out to York to my mate's farm.
Yeah.
And just there's no Wi-Fi, there's bugger all reception out there. I don't know what that's doing to our energy and our bodies. Yeah, well, maybe we can talk to that. But this is the thing, exposing these sorts of things and these like what it's actually doing to us and how it's upsetting maybe our harmony. Because when I'm out there, you know it. No one can deny it. You don't. It's not just the fresh air. It's there's something different.
It's
when you're out there.
Nervous system.
That's what it. Okay.
That's what it is because there isn't any Wi-Fi. In your own home, if you live in suburbia, you can turn off your Wi-Fi at night and allow it's revving the nervous system up. That's what Wi-Fi is doing.
Okay.
And we walk around with phones wherever you carry them by the ear. Like we have 5G now. I'm not even going to go down there.
Yeah.
However, you have an inquisitive mind and you are curious. And I think that is imperative for humanity right now because the level of this truth has the capacity to weigh people down. When we're weighed down, our frequency lowers. So I'm not saying bypass. I'm not saying hide your head in the sand. I'm saying allow it to process through your body and then from there see this for what it is. It's an exciting time. Systems are collapsing. And we are part of rebuilding those new systems. And that's what all of the astrology, that's what all of, where the Chinese, everything, that's what our number one points to. Yeah.
How does the lunar eclipse weigh into this?
Wow. It's pretty amazing, really, that it is actually, it's a solar eclipse that we have.
Sorry, yep.
Yeah, it's a solar eclipse that we have next week. So that's the 17th. Eclipses are wild cards.
So the eclipse coincides with the dawning of the year of the fire horse.
Exactly.
That's not a coincidence.
There are no coincidences.
No.
And if I know that for some people, talking about the planets, talking about even the moon, the moon's full, it's all a bit woo-woo. However, let's just break this down into simplistic terms. We all, to varying degrees, live in attunement with the sun. Okay?
Yep.
So we can agree.
Yes.
Yep. okay, unless you're a night shift worker.
Yeah.
Like we're all pretty much in attunement with the sun. As women, we are blessed to have a monthly bleed. Okay, so on new moons, generally speaking, this is where we're ovulating. With full moons, this is where we are shedding for our family, for our community. This is where we bleed. It's also when the woman is bleeding, that is when she's very much within her deep intuitive kind of phase. Okay, so she's letting go and she's receiving messages. And years ago, women would all gather in a red tent. The men would serve them while they were there, while they went through their menstrual flow, and they would bring back messages for the community. Okay, so as a woman, I know that my life is affected by the sun and by the moon. And I think it's easier, therefore, to come from two planets are affecting my life. So, okay, how could I not understand and comprehend that maybe these other moving objects, and I'm not talking about Elon's Starlink here, how could these other moving objects within the sky, how could these other planets not have an effect upon me as well? And it's not to come at it from oh my God, this is happening to me. It's an opportunity to look, okay, well, this planet is happening. We've got actually that solar eclipse happening on the 17th in Aquarius. So we break that down again. Okay, what's Aquarius all about? Do you know anyone that's an Aquarian?
I don't think so.
Okay. Funny how you missed out on the Aquarian. I've got so many Aquarians in my life.
I mean, I'm certain I do know, but I wouldn't know.
Okay.
I don't even know when Aquarian, what month is Aquarius?
Oh my goddess.
I don't know the months. I know mine, Cancer. That's all I know.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, we are in Aquarius at the moment, and I could be a little bit rough on this because, I have an awareness around the planets, though it's not my field that I specifically dive into. I'm fairly broad-based.
Okay.
So Aquarius would be roughly...
What's the V one? The sign? The V?
Virgo.
Is that what it is? I don't think it is. Grace has got hers on her arm and it's a V one. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Oh my God! Now you're really going there.
Oh yeah.
Now you're really going there.
Imagine if Grace was an Aquarius.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not Aquarius.
I don't think so.
I'm happy to.
I'm going to Google that because I just.
I know Virgo's with the M with the thing.
Okay.
I know what Virgo is, and I know what Leo is because I'm a Leo. But anyway, let's continue on the train that we were on.
Yes, sorry.
So where were we? What were we talking about then?
Oh, I feel bad for disrupting.
Aquarius.
Yes, Aquarius.
You asked me when. So that's roughly around the 20th of January, 21st of January through to the same time in February.
Okay.
So we are moving, like Aquarius is community-based.
Okay.
Aquarius has high ideals. It's high thinking. They're knowledgeable. They know okay? And they often have a very good command of the English language so they can express their views very well. But it's community-based. And so you would have heard of the Aquarian age.
Yes.
Okay, so we're coming out of that Kali Yuga stage, that 26,000 year cycle, moving into the Aquarian age. So the fact we have a solar eclipse at 0 degrees Aquarius, which happened maybe 6,000 years ago, I think. I could be out there. Maybe. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the 0 degrees is the 0 point field.
So we're moving from the Piscean age into the Aquarian age,
which is the cosmic womb. 0 degrees, anything can happen.
And it was said that in ancient cultures that the age of Aquarius would be the beautiful dawning of a new age.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So on that exact day, we've also got the fire horse momentum moving in, momentum and stillness. So I think, for those that are feeling the heaviness and the weight of what is happening externally, allow yourself to also dive into that excitement that we are all here to create better systems. Because Saturn plays a really big part in this as well. Okay.
So explain.
Okay.
Because, yes, we are in a very discomforting stage of life. Everyone can feel it.
Yeah.
Everyone can see. They can see the veil is thinning. The things are being exposed.
Yeah,
Conspiracy theorists are on a pretty good track record at the moment. And that sits uncomfortably with a lot of people. We see the division in the world, the stretching of polarities, and I feel like that's to expose that there is polarity.
Yes, definitely. There is that polarity. I mean, that's one of the things that we live with upon the planet. I know when I'm working with people, often we're working with energetic programs, and before we can put that book back on the shelf, like, for example, we might be learning about lack as an energetic program. And in our learning of that, we would have had all of these experiences our whole life. Maybe it came in as we were children. Maybe we were born with parents that didn't have a lot of money and they had a strong survival instinct, and then we've had repetitive patterns go on. And then, so also in learning about that lack, we've also learnt the polarity of that as well. So we have also learnt abundance, and it's being able to hold both and understanding that we get a choice in the matter.
Is that by having both ends of the polarity we find neutral or neutrality?
Exactly, or harmony.
And having an understanding of both darkness and light, good and bad, is what we always needed to understand the neutral point, the 0 point.
Yes, because how do I say this without sounding...
Sound it. Go on.
No, because, I mean, like, what is being dropped at the moment is heinous.
Yeah.
And it's horrific. And I know that within the majority of us, we don't hold that end of the polarity. But we do hold the capacity to make a choice to do something that's right or something that's wrong. Okay, so that's where the 0 point comes into, and that's where initiated leadership, right responsibility comes into it, all of it. Like, okay, so what do I decide in this choice? So we are here, arguably, as spiritual beings. Actually, I'm going to say not arguably anymore.
Yeah, don't do it.
As spiritual beings having a human experience in a physical body. Now, each of our physical bodies have things that create your human design. So you have different gene keys. Check out Richard Rudd's work, because on the top of each door, each spiritual teaching door is know thyself. So use these things like astrology, like Richard Rudd's gene keys work, human design, numerology. Use all of these things to understand that what your physical body, like just the physicality of it, not to excuse your behavior, but to understand. Okay, so I'm a Leo. Okay, so as a young Leo, I'm sure if there's any listeners out there that knew me way back when, before there was social media, I was a bit of a wild Leo. I was a young Leo. I was, I could have been quite a bit egotistical, because this is the Leo, it is the unadulterated version of just basically being in the moment and showing off. Show off.
Oh, I'm one of them.
And it is, being in the childhood of the Leo. And it's very relevant to where humanity is because we've been in the childhood of our own spirituality as well, of our own growth. And we're moving out of – actually, let's be fair. We're moving out of adolescence into adulthood, or we're moving out of adulthood into eldership. So, yes, it is a very big time, and it's found within that 0 point, within holding both polarities, within completely understanding that in any moment we have a choice and we're only here to experience life. Now, it is up to us to make the judgment on whether that experience is going to be a good experience or a bad experience as far as God, Goddess and all that is concerned.
Yeah.
It is just an experience. It is just an experience. However, morality, ethics, right responsibility, wanting to be a good human is what leads us upon the correct path of evolution and growth.
Yeah. And then what role does Saturn play in that you were coming to?
Saturn. Okay, so 3 days after we have the new moon, just 3 days after on the 20th, massive things happening. We've got a conjunction between Saturn and Neptune. Okay, so Saturn is a big planet and it takes 29 and a half years for it to do its rotation. And Neptune is a smaller planet and it takes 165 years for it to do its rotation. So these two on the 20th are going to be in conjunction, and conjunction means they're close together.
Okay.
So generally when planets are in conjunction, they're working together.
Okay.
Now when they're in opposition, obviously they're facing off. They're pushing against one another. They're kind of like, I'm the boss and I'm the boss.
Yeah, okay.
But these two, so they're working together. So Saturn is all about structure. And it's the bones. If you think about it in the human body, it's the bones. It's old wisdom. It's old, whether it's old. Yeah, okay, let's go with old wisdom.
Yeah.
Whereas Neptune is all about the dreaming and intuition and mysticism. So you've got both of these working together. And in that, so they're coming together. I think this happened around 600 years ago. Okay, and around 600 years ago, interestingly, a little interesting fact that I discovered, that was when print.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because I was contemplating media.
Yeah.
And it's just an interesting time when we look at how media has...
And the way information is delivered.
Exactly. And the responsibility, again, of that. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So actually, I'm going to correct myself here.
Okay.
For those listeners out there that this is the 0 degrees point in Aries. Okay. So the eclipse is the 28 degrees of Aquarius.
Yep.
Which is a master completion number. Now that's going to make more sense to those of you that know things about astrology. You'd probably be sitting there going, what was she talking about?
Yeah.
28 degrees is your master number, and that is where our eclipse is.
Okay.
So 3 days later, we move into these two planets that are up close and personal that are working together for the benefit of humanity, because on the planet, everything is either growing or dying, right? So they're coming together and they're asking, it's an inspiration point, and that's where the 0 degrees is. If we're looking at it from a cosmic level, we're all in the cosmic womb, we're in the darkness, and then we're having this beautiful spark that's coming from the fire that is going to encourage movement of growth.
Interesting. So with regards to the general population, people who are aware, I guess, of things and have been working through this stuff and been doing the work, which a lot of, I think, our listeners have been, or they're on that pathway. You don't come to a podcast like this without that sort of being a part of your life. Where do they sit in this? Are they just meant to hold the light themselves? Where does it sit for them?
Well, I think we just keep things simple.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've really been talking into this already. You know, keep things simple for yourself. Be discerning upon how much information that your nervous system can actually regulate throughout the day. You know, operate from kindness, from compassion. It's back to all of those old-fashioned values. You know, discern for yourself what it is that's important to you, what has value, what traits have value for you. Reading things like Buddhist teachings or yogic teachings. You know, there is ancient wisdom coming through this. And I think that that's really important. Of course, there are many things that have happened over our timeline that haven't necessarily, you know, we have the capacity to learn from those.
Yeah. I mean, I think the looming the looming disclosure of intelligent life outside this planet and in the universe, I think that's happening very shortly. And I don't know what the reaction of people is going to be. I think most people are going to go, yeah, of course. What might be a little bit annoying to a lot of people and a bit uncomfortable and dark is the fact that the knowledge was there already by governments or secret programs. Again, which I think we already are mainly all across that anyway. We all understand that. They've had briefings in Senate and people about crash retrieval programs and reverse engineering the technologies and whatnot. But for the normie, quote unquote, they're going to be like, what? Oh, so all these people saying they were seeing stuff and they were getting abducted, that's real. Are you kidding? So then you're going to have another thing. This is just going to be a turbulent 3 or 4 years, I think.
Well, they say, I mean, 2027's, from an astrological perspective, I think, meant to be a little bit less than this one. Look, I think that 0 point field that we move into is, and even now actually, is a really good opportunity for everyone, whoever you are, just to sit and contemplate and think, okay, in an ideal, what would my ideal world look like?
Yeah.
You know, and then what would an external ideal world look like? And allow yourself to dream a bit within that. Yeah.
I'm definitely moving into this idea, and something I've wanted to shed. I know I've wanted to shed and I will be shedding, is less effort. And I know that sounds lazy, but I've worked fucking hard, for example, over the last 8 years to build this pod. This is a perfect example. Worked really hard. That doesn't mean I stopped trying, but I would go to something that I've been preaching for so long and never actually doing, which is Wu Wei, the teaching of Wu Wei, which is effortless action. So I still take action, but without this, like, I must do this, I must be working, I must be getting this out, I must be doing that. Instead, I will do, and as it comes, and let it come to me. And I think a lot of other people could benefit from that.
Yeah.
It's very, what's the word? It's very illogical to people that by trying less, they'll receive more.
Yeah.
And I don't like that idea. Never have. But I constantly breadcrumbs, constant breadcrumbs. Stop trying, you'll get more. And every time I do accidentally, like something big comes up, an opportunity arrives, or a clip takes off, or something like that happens when I'm not trying, when I'm not doing as much, when I'm being what I would have in the past considered lazy, ends up resulting in something bigger and better.
because you've rested your nervous system and you're balancing yourself out between that yin and between that yang. And you're also breaking down a very old paradigm, a very old belief system that exists, you know, that many of us were brought up with. I have to work hard. Yeah. You know, and that came in, oh my goodness, if you look back to generations within your own family, it's probably been there for a really long time. And it's been imprinted upon us. So it's sitting in that contemplation and recognizing, hold on, this is a belief system, and understanding I'm here to experiment. Okay, I've tried it that way. Why don't I just try 30 days of doing it this way?
Yes, exactly.
Remembering that you have the capacity of curiosity, capacity of experimentation. You know, I no harm to others, but experiment, because life is here to experience. We are having, you know, we're blessed to be having this experience through a physical body that has particular designs. So understanding those designs and not using them as excuses, understanding those belief systems, breaking down that old structure, breaking down of what's within the bones.
So it's no coincidence that as this is happening, just after that, I am heading to New Zealand on a holiday I was told last year by Thelma, who does her psychic readings, that when you get presented with an opportunity to go to New Zealand, take it. So I think about 3 weeks later, I got presented with an opportunity to go to New Zealand, which is this year. And I said, okay, I wouldn't have said yes without Thelma having told me that. And I didn't realize it was going to align with this new moment, or this new fire horse year. And it is the beginning of this not caring. I'm going on holiday, setting up all of the socials, for example, just letting go and being on holiday. Because every single holiday, last one was a lot better. Again, I set up drafts, but I was still monitoring socials and I was still posting, I was still working. I did a podcast while I was away. I stopped actually relaxing, and I realized I was constantly on. And it's exhausting.
Well, I just want to bring you back to what you said then. And you said, I'm not caring.
Yes.
That's not the truth.
It's not caring.
Because you are still caring. However, you are looking after this responsibly, because you understand that you are you're standing behind the wheel of this ship. And if you don't look after yourself by having complete break times out, then you won't be able to hold that responsibility.
Well, it's even like this studio, turning this into, I work here, then I get home. Because it's so easy for me to work from home. Bleeds into home life, work life. You become a bit, even last night I was doing stuff and my daughter was like, come on, Dad, we're making pizzas. And I was like, just give me 2 minutes. I've nearly finished and then I can shut off. And I was like, I should have done this at the studio. So then when I get home, I am home. But still, I'm getting a lot better at that this is the workplace. Home is for my daughter and my partner, my friends, relaxing, whatever. The same with holidays. They're for fucking holidays. Not for checking, making sure everything's going okay.
Exactly. Exactly. And again, it comes back to having that internal stillness in order to be able to reflect, and also being able to understand that there's probably something within your chart. We haven't looked at that in any great depth. That, well, we know that you're a four, so you're a builder. So you're going to keep building, right? And through understanding yourself, you're able to go, okay, I know that I have this belief system that says that I have to work hard in order to get rewarded. I also have this belief system that I need to keep building, and I can't take time off. And also I know that I'm a number 4 and whatever else you know about yourself. And okay, so that doesn't mean I just go, that's the way that I am. From a responsible adult perspective, which is what we're talking about. We go, okay, I know I have the propensity to that. I know I have this belief system, but how would I like to show up now? what would I like to experiment with? Like I've done it X amount of years this way and it's bloody boring.
Yeah.
You know, it's boring.
The same shit.
It's a loop. It's a loop. Aren't I bored of this?
Same conversations, the same. Yeah.
Aren't I bored of this by now?
Well, I'm doing something very different with this trip into New Zealand. First ever trip I'll be sober on.
Woohoo! Oh, I'm intrigued to hear how that goes. It'll be amazing.
To be fair,
yeah.
New Zealand is probably the one place you can go anyway, not drink, and have the most incredible trip.
Cameron, did you just say that?
Did I? Okay, I'm sure you can do that anywhere. But New Zealand is the one
Listeners,
place.
Did you just hear that? Oh, my goodness.
What did I do? Yeah.
I think you know what you did.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure every other trip can be incredible.
Any other trip.
Yes.
Any other night. Any other day. Any other moment. Anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Fuck.
Okay, because we're working with old beliefs here, and I think that in your mind somewhere you've got like, okay, and I'm just guessing here, I don't know this to be truth.
Yeah.
Okay. In your mind here, you've got, oh yeah, rottenness, it would be a piss up, or barley, it'll be a piss up, or this, it'll be that.
Yeah.
Okay, am I right?
Yeah, I'm not relaxing if I can't drink.
Exactly.
So
yet, you know, we go away. I mean, I used to do exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, so no judgment.
No.
Absolutely no judgment here.
Yeah.
I'm seeing what within you, what is exactly within myself.
Well, I don't see any positive of drinking in New Zealand.
Okay.
Not one positive. I see a positive of drinking in Bali and Thailand. I don't know. I like it. I'm sorry. I see a positive to it, okay? But like in New Zealand specifically, and okay, maybe I can use this same anywhere. I definitely can. Fuck, I'm an idiot. But I'm using this as the example. Like I'm going to go hiking every day. I'm going to go bungee jumping. There's adding alcohol to that doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, okay. So have you done that in Thailand? Have you done that in Bali?
I don't want to.
Have you done that in Rottnest?
I don't go to Rottnest, but
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I could go to Rottnest, so no problem. You are correct.
I'm just, you know, I mean, if you go there and do the same things, isn't that just the same as having the same belief system and just rocking up and doing the same thing? Like where can synchronicity come into that? It's not really going to. It will, but it has to force its way through all of this crap first of all. And I'm not having a go at drinking.
No.
You know what I mean? All I'm trying to say here is that if we do things differently, and you know this very well.
Yeah.
If we do things differently, we get a different outcome, or we open the opportunity to have a different outcome. And then I will say, I love New Zealand.
Yeah.
I have had the most amazing New Zealand. The earth moves. She moves. Like it is an amazing place. And I feel that I'm going to agree with Thelma here. I feel like you're going to have some quite mystical perception changing, paradigm shifting, maybe because of the alignment. Things happen.
Living in alignment with the way, not that I want to live, the way that feels right to live.
Exactly. That is beyond the mind.
Yes.
Which is exactly what we just did today with the cacao.
Because what I think I think what I've done in the past, and probably a lot of people have done in the past, is they've set these goals about what they want.
Yes.
So I want to be a comedian that has the biggest podcast in the world, that goes around and talks to all these awesome people and has a shitload of money and has a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. Sounds awesome. Does sound awesome. It's also based off all these outside influences of what is considered to be an awesome, incredible life. Living the luxury life, living a life amongst celebrities when I was younger.
Oh my goodness! Would you really want to live amongst celebrities?
Well, exactly. And so this is the younger version. You know, that was the dream.
It's the child.
Now, I still love the idea of being a comedian. I still love the idea of having the podcast. But a more aligned version is how I'm trying to drive that now, and how I'm trying to, what direction I'm trying to move that in, and for the right reasons. Now, maybe my life moves in that direction anyway, naturally. Or maybe it's just, I was talking to my partner the other day. If I had $1 million sitting in the bank account, disposable, own my house, don't really have any bills to pay, nothing to worry about, Does my life change?
Yeah. What would you do differently?
Nothing.
There you go.
And that's where I was like, fuck.
I've made it.
Exactly.
I've made it.
I had this realization driving into the podcast on whatever day last week. I was driving in and I started smiling.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have this dream in your head. If I had all this money, I'd have all my mates and we'd be fucking partying and we'd doing all this stuff all the time. No, I wouldn't, because I like a bit of my own time and my own space.
Yeah.
I'd probably go sit at home and have a coffee and just like chill for a bit, do my own thing, maybe go to the sauna, have me ice bath, do what I do now. Do exactly what I'm doing now. So if anything, the money that I would be given, if it's money, I would start to use that to help others.
Exactly.
And now I've like, my if I was given this opportunity 5 years ago, I would not have done that.
Yeah.
I would have, fuck yeah, let's send it. Let's go to Bali and have a
party.
Exactly.
Who's coming?
Exactly. So, again, we go back to setting your goals and your aspirations. And there's nothing wrong with goals and aspirations and what you would like to live your life like. But just maybe you need to come back to center a little bit and really understand if it's what you want or what you've been told is a good life.
Yes.
And then listen to yourself and go, what do you like the most?
Absolutely. What are my values? What's important to me? How am I out of alignment with what is my own integrity, with what is my own truth? How am I being dishonest with myself?
Yes. And if anything appeals to me, it was like the day before Australia Day, there's about 30 of my friends and we go out to York every year and we've all got kids. There's like 30 kids and there's 30 adults and we all camp and we go marron fishing and catch the marron, and the kids get a wholesome weekend away. They're playing Spotlight and we're just all hanging by the pool. And I said, that's fucking what I want. That's the life I like. Or sitting at home. I just spent the last 2 days laying carpet in.
I saw that.
Yeah,
amazing.
My back's fucked. Laying the carpet in the baby room and my daughter's bedroom, and it's nice. I just sit back at the end, and me and Grace are happy with the end product, and she's helping rip up the carpet, and we're just getting stuff done together. And I was like, well, if I had $1 million, I'm not paying someone extra to do this because I like it. I still understand a bargain. I'm just like, I enjoy that stuff. And then I think it's, the way that this can be relevant to everyone, not just my personal stuff. It's again, what does the money change, or what does the fame change, or what do your aspirations and goals change? Nothing if you come to the core person that's inside. What did they want? What did they feel is in alignment with them? Yeah.
And this is at the core of Aries and that 0 point field. Okay. And that is I am. That is a statement of I am. So what are you? What is important to you?
Well, family.
And
connection.
that is aligning your values, the way that you show up in the world, in alignment, and being really aware of what that I am statement is. Not I am broke. I am.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, sometimes you are frustrated or whatever.
Of course,
but just, having I am showing up in my truth. And that is a mantra. Or I am committed to growing. Can you think of any other ones that are pretty?
I'm excited.
I'm excited, absolutely. And excitement is the highest frequency that we can hold.
Oh, I know.
And we are moving into a time where it is all about frequency. And you're well aware of how weight the heavy feels. I mean, how heavy the weight feels at the moment.
Yeah.
As opposed to, when we're excited about something, the pitch of the voice goes up. It's like, it feels good within the body.
I know. And I think it's a good indication of where you should be going.
Absolutely.
I know people have been telling me, I'm not going to talk about it again. I think I've mentioned it on the podcast a few times, but I'm writing a script at the moment, and every time I talk about it,
you get all excited.
My eyes light up and people are like, whoa, your whole demeanor has changed. And I do. I fucking love it. I'm loving this idea. And I don't care if anything results on it. I'm enjoying writing it.
So did you have some fear to work through before you did that? Was there any fear for you? Because a lot of the time for people, when they're stepping into something that maybe they haven't done before, and I'm just assuming
I don't know why I was procrastinating. I just did. I just did it. The start of this year, like I think the second day of the year, I was like, I'm writing. What the fuck? Why am I not writing? Do it. So I just started. Once you take that leap and you start,
yes.
Oh, it's so much easier.
Because I think that's what holds people back.
Yeah.
Is that fear. You know,
what the fear? I don't know what the fear was for me. I'm certain there must have been some sort of fear, maybe fear of it not being good or not knowing what to do, whatever.
What if I don't? Yeah. What if I don't really know? What if I sit down to do this and I don't really know how to do it? And then you just took that leap of faith.
Yeah, but if I didn't like it, then I would have gone, oh, okay, well, it's not for me then, is it?
Yeah, but something within you was leading that. And often I think, you know, something I do hear from people is like, I really want to do that, but I just, just to jump over. Yeah,
so and that's what people at home can listen to. Mine's writing.
Yeah.
Mine's doing all these other things. Mine's fucking, I don't think many people would love carpet laying, but like that was fun for me. Like I enjoyed that whole process, although I fucking hated it as well. I enjoyed it, but people at home can find parallels. What excites them?
Yeah.
What is it?
What is it, and what are they sitting in the room, so to speak, in the dark, thinking about? But maybe there's a little bit of fear attached to that as well. You know, there are lines of spiritual thought that say that the door marked fear is the always the one that we should open. Yeah,
I think the people, I think everyone, myself included, see the end goal, and they see it at this outlandish, faraway thing that they can't understand the pathway there, so they don't even begin.
Well, that's the whole
to start,
and destination.
Exactly. So instead of looking at this idea or this destination or this goal or aspiration and how far off it is and how hard it might be and how challenging it's going to be, and you can't see the pathway there, so instead of trying, you just go, well, fuck it. Instead, like, just go, well, what's the first step?
Trot.
Yeah. You don't have to achieve it. It could be a 15-year, 20-year process.
Yeah.
I mean, this podcast is a perfect example. Was 8 years now.
Congratulations.
What's the date? It's 10 days away.
11th.
Yeah. So
Master number 11.
The 21st is the 8 years of this podcast.
Congratulations. And that would have taken that would have taken courage.
Yeah.
Courage.
Yeah, well, I remember the first ever episode was on the day I actually handed in my notice of being a sheet metal fabricator.
Wow.
So it was like, again, a leap of fear, and it was a nice way to start the podcast. Like, hey, handed in my notice today, I'm quitting in 2 months. Even then I was too afraid to quit that day. It's like 2 months notice. I need 8 weeks. I need 8 weeks to make sure I'm all right. So,
but good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you for actually taking that leap of faith. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. The listeners wouldn't be listening right now. And like, what a journey. And that took courage in order to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And it does take courage, you know?
I think everyone's story, our story here is one, but everyone's story is inspiration to the next person. Whether that's starting a family. Yeah. Like that could be what it is. It could be creating your own business. Starting a hobby.
Yeah, it could be
doing a sport that you love.
Having the courage to get into a relationship and like be vulnerable.
Yep.
Or any kind of relationship actually, to be vulnerable enough to be seen in your truth. Because often as children, you know, it didn't exist for us. It wasn't safe for us to be seen in the way that we actually were. So we adopted the masks.
Yeah, well, I think, and that's the key and core point of this, is coming back to what is the true, authentic, aligned version of you want.
Yes.
What is, we are, I think I've said this before, we're a collection of borrowed ideas. We were born this blank canvas, and through society, our parents, friends, we've developed these ideas and thoughts about who we are and what we want in life. And very rarely do they actually align with what the true, authentic version of you wanted in the first place. So if you can strip back all the noise, strip back all the outside influences, come back to that 0 point, come back to your center, through meditation, through breath work, through connection, through putting down the phone, walking in nature.
Having a bath, having a swim in the ocean, whatever does it for you.
Whatever it does.
Yeah.
Shut down the noise and go, what does align with me? What does
Beyond it all
appeal to my future? What do I see as my aligned future self?
And sometimes that begins from understanding what you don't want.
Well,
first.
Exactly, and that's why I've got a list written down that is both what aligns and what doesn't align, because I cannot. It's less about doing what aligns and more about avoiding what doesn't. And I know when I am doing the things that don't align, because then I feel a little and I then get frustrated that I know that that's what doesn't align with me. Sometimes it's okay to be a little naughty. Sometimes.
Moderation, again.
Exactly. I had a big old dirty burger last week. I think we got takeaway for the first time in about a year and a half the other day. Yep. We do eat out. I'm not saying we don't eat out, but takeaway. We got a dirty burger from up the road.
Did you enjoy it?
Fucking loved it.
There you go.
Didn't feel that great after. I was like, slept terribly. There was some definite.
But you enjoyed it in the moment.
Exactly. And I was like, fuck it.
So it's all to do with the frequency. You know, if you were eating it feeling guilty, then you would have been putting a lower frequency within your body. But because you were really getting into it and enjoying it.
We were watching a movie. It was a relaxed, chill, lazy night. We haven't done that for a while. And I was like, fuck it. And we don't have takeaway every second night, and then you start to go, oh, this is too much. I'm starting to put on weight, or I'm starting to feel shit. Exactly. So that's why. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to completely align. Like if I want to have a beer, I can have a beer. I just, at the moment, I choose not to.
Yeah.
I'm doing 6 months. I'm doing 6 months. Yeah. So that, I might have a little celebration beverage when baby boy arrives.
Yep.
I don't need to though. I don't.
What is the date for that?
June 4th, we're due.
Oh my goodness. That's going to be so interesting.
Oh.
Because all of the major planets, if you have a look at your astrological chart, it comes as a wheel.
Okay.
All of the major planets are on one side, and the moon, depending upon where the moon is when boy, did you say?
Yes, baby boy.
When he's born, depending, like, wow. I mean, this is a rare astrological event as well, which I feel, wow, he's going to be a very switched on little dude.
Yeah. He's going to be a little shit, I reckon, as well. If he's anything like me. I'm sorry. That's something. That's another perfect example of something like just lean in and jump in when you're a bit uncertain. Like I was unsettled. Not unsettled. What's the word? I had no. I didn't care either way whether I had another kid. There wasn't a draw towards it. I was like, I love my daughter. Yeah. And if it's something Grace wants, I'm willing to be involved because I'm not torn either way. And it was something she wanted, and I was like, cool, I'm in. Let's do it. I was, as anyone gets, you get nervous. You're like, oh no, another kid. Like, how does that look? Do you have to go back to the changing nappies, the sleep, and all that sort of stuff? And the moment we found out she was pregnant, I was like, what the fuck were you even worried about? How could I was so overjoyed. I was like, how did I even doubt that having another kid was, like, how was that even a question? As soon as someone offers, do you want another kid? Of course I want another kid. Being a dad is my favorite thing. Yeah. And it's interesting, like, because I guess you're instantly attracted to listening or seeing the negatives. And I know our brains are wired that way to sort of protect ourselves, you know. But like, how did I not just look at all of the positives, which is 99% of the positive of having a kid is a positive?
I think probably because you're a 4.
Okay.
Structure.
Yeah.
Building. How does this fit?
Yeah.
How does this fit? You know, it wasn't, I mean, your you're not a woman, so therefore you didn't have a biological clock ticking,
Yeah.
telling you had a certain amount of time in order to be able to make this decision. Do I want this or do I not?
Yeah.
You know, you're coming at it from a provider's perspective, and
It might have been a fear.
Yeah, I think
Because
it would have been.
I think I did want a kid,
Yeah,
and maybe it was the fear. I definitely wanted a kid. I definitely wanted another kid. The fear, I think, was like, wow, life's going so good. Does a kid disrupt this? If anything, it's just making it so much more exciting.
yeah, and I think, you know, probably based on your last experience as well, once burnt, twice shy.
Yeah,
kind
maybe.
of-
Yeah.
Yeah, that would, and because things are so amazing, I don't really want to mess this up. I don't
Yeah.
really, like, this is pretty, like, this is great the way that it is.
Yeah.
And again, you know, that comes back to who you are essentially, and also wanting to do it very responsibly as well.
Yeah, and it's also reframing as well, instead of like,
And recognizing what was coming up within you.
well, yeah, that's true. But reframing it from the idea of like, oh, everything's so good, everything's working well now, everything's
How does it get? Show me how it gets
instead
better
of
than this.
exactly like, oh, now you've got the space for a child. Like maybe that's how I should have been looking at it. Not like, oh, is this going to, and I'm not saying that's how I felt, but like it is the thing. You're like, oh, things are so good.
Yeah, but often that's the agitation, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the agitation that comes before the understanding. And there's, you know, a lot of the time it is in the negative in the way that it comes out to begin with.
Oh, and it's made me love Grace so much more as well. Like just the appreciation for the dedication.
And being
like,
able to witness.
the way she's handled like the way the body changes, and she's been incredible. She's been very good. Yeah. And that's just improved things even more. I didn't know you could get better. So it's
show me how it gets better than this.
Yeah. And again, there you go. There's something like you just take a leap. You go, yep, let's do this.
Let's do this, and let's be all in.
Yeah.
This is the thing, you know. That's why it's really important to feel into things.
Yeah.
Is it an all yes, or is it a no? And going with your own gut feeling on that.
Yeah. And I hate when I don't hate it, but I do get conscious of the fact that, because it is my podcast, or Delby, or you're on, and we talk about our own personal lives, but I am conscious of listeners listening and wanting them to take home wisdom or the ideas.
How does it?
Exactly. But there are parallels in exactly what I was just talking about in everyone's life. It might not be a kid, but it could be taking that chance with a job, or asking that girl out, or talking to that person at the coffee shop and just having a chat and seeing where that goes, and what connections you gain out of that. The connections.
Or leaving a job or whatever it is, there could be 100 different things going on.
Yeah.
And it relates to all of it, because everything I feel like we've been talking about today kind of interrelates. It's okay, find some stillness. Things aren't feeling right within my body. I'm feeling stressed out. I'm feeling weighed down.
Yeah.
Things don't feel right. I feel depressed. I feel sad. I'm angry. Whatever it is, okay, allow yourself to feel that. Where's that coming from? I'm really pissed off that lady said that to me. Okay, so what did that trigger?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have this understanding, and understanding the belief system, and then, okay, well, am I happy with where I'm at?
Yeah.
Do I feel contentment or excitement? No. Okay, well, how could I change this?
Yeah. It's interesting because I was triggered very heavily recently. So bad.
Did it last for long? Do you want some more cacao? I am wondering.
I'm all good now. It's all good. I was triggered by my response. My ego was checked. And very broadly speaking, without going too much into it, I had to be the bigger man in the situation and not react the way they reacted. And I was so proud of the way I handled that situation. And I was so frustrated as well because I knew the way I handled it was the best way to handle it. But I really wanted to just, you wanted to, I don't even know how to explain it without telling you what happened. But basically, and I don't want this to sound bad about the person who did it, but I got hit the other day for telling a joke on stage by another comedian. And we don't have to talk about it. He's a nice guy. He's reacted poorly. And I could have hit him back. I could have escalated the situation, could have made it worse. Could have ended up worse for me. I don't think it would have. But let's say it could have. It doesn't matter. I had to calm myself and then calm this person. And it felt, at the time, I calmed them. And I said, do you realize what you've done? Mm-hmm. Even if my joke overstepped the line, you could have taken me aside and said, mate, I don't like that joke. Mm-hmm. You don't just run up to someone and hit them, especially as a fellow comedian. Mm-hmm. And
irrespective.
I handled the situation, I think, as best as you possibly could. Calmed him down. I wanted to fucking belt the shit.
Conflict resolution.
Yes. Now, it was the next 2 or 3 days later where I was just like, okay.
So
I didn't like being the bigger man, sort of.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I didn't like it. I felt disrespected. I felt like I could have quote unquote, defended my honor. Fucking hit him back, whatever. But I had to hold him back and hold him until he calmed down. Yeah. And then said, right, let's just talk about this. Do you realize what you've done? And he did eventually apologize. He's like, fuck. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's layers to that, right?
Yeah.
And again, like what you're showing here is responsibility or initiated leadership. Okay, so you diffused a situation where maybe in the past you might have just went a younger version of you or less evolved version of you might have just punched him back.
Yeah.
And then would have felt like shit.
Yeah.
Because how could have I done that? How could have I lost control? I didn't have to go down to that level, all that kind of stuff but going on.
Yeah, but
so
sometimes,
the
fuck, you just want to check them back.
Yeah. So, because that's innate.
Yes.
That comes down to the innate capacity as a man to protect yourself. So, you've got a pregnant wife, irrespective of whether of whether she was there or not. Yeah. You're going to rise.
I think if my partner or daughter was threatened in any sort of way or that sort of situation.
You would have.
No, yeah, that would have been a very different situation. But this is me and it was I was fine.
Yeah, let's stay with where we are then. So then afterwards, there's still probably an aspect of you, and I could have this wrong, and it's good for you, maybe not even while we're on this, just to reflect upon, because there were some belief systems definitely playing out for you after that. Like, I didn't, I just should have shown him, and I'm weak for not showing him, or I don't know, whatever it is, whatever it was for you, or, I didn't prove myself as a man. How does that look?
Yeah,
like I just
100%.
let him hit me, like, there would be some underlying, that's where the work would come in, because in any scenario when we are experiencing a trigger, I mean, you're still talking about it. I don't know whether it's relevant to you or not, or whether you're just sharing this.
It was just a thing that I dealt with for a couple of days where I felt like, I was fucking angry and frustrated that I didn't. But then I was also very proud of the way I acted.
Yeah, well.
So, but there was a part of me that looked at him in the eyes and was like, he's proper triggered here.
Yeah.
Something has happened to him, and
previously.
Exactly. And if anything, I feel sorry for him. I just feel what has happened to him so badly in the past that now what I've said has triggered him so bad that he's hit me.
Absolutely.
And so there was a bit of compassion in understanding that, like, Yeah, it has upset him. And even though the way he acted is dreadful.
Yeah.
Just because someone treats you that way, you don't have to treat them that way back. It doesn't change who you are.
Absolutely.
And
this is the kindness and compassion that's required, you know.
Yeah.
We're moving into benevolent rebellion.
Yeah. The virtue in that is obviously the restraint. There's no virtue if you can't hurt them backwards. You couldn't hurt them back. Because if you're being kind by not hurting them back, if you couldn't hurt them in the first place, I'd like to think that I could have. From an ego point of view, I could have defended myself. The virtue is being able to defend yourself and not.
Precisely.
And so...
It's taking that breath.
I didn't like it.
It's taking that breath.
Yeah.
And understanding you're a choice point.
Yeah. So I was calm and conscious enough to do it in the moment. I don't know how I was far more conscious and able to do it instantly, because normally that's when your reactions take over. But in post, I should have.
I think your meditation had something to do with that.
Yeah.
Because you have a daily meditation practice.
Yeah, I had to calm myself and go and release it and go, let it go.
Because if you don't have that, then therefore you don't have the tools of contemplation. You don't have the tools of the horse being
what was that?
I don't know. What happened?
It just clicked a bit. Anyway, carry on.
You don't have the tools of being able to stop and consider, hold on, this is a choice point.
Yeah.
You know, because you're caught up in the momentum of life, of everything going on, one thing after another, and you're continually in that space of reaction. But the stillness, the regulation of the nervous system enables you that opportunity when reactivity comes in, when there's a situation for you to react.
Yeah.
You actually find the choice point, which is the exciting part, which is the 0 point field.
Yeah. I guess I don't want to paint him in a bad way. Like we're friends. I get along with him. And maybe that's why he felt like he could do that. Maybe he wouldn't have done. I don't know. Anyway.
It was reaction.
It was.
And that's the big lesson for humanity.
Yeah.
You know, while you're activated, I had a scenario yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'll speak to this. I had a scenario that happened to me yesterday. I received a text message. There's an ongoing issue with someone within my life. I received the text message and I was activated.
Yes.
I was so angry. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go tell that person to F themselves. You know, I had two responses to it. And because I am a Leo sun, Leo moon, I have a lot of fire in my chart. Okay, so I am quick to fire up. And what I find, and irrespective of the daily practices I do, although, okay, so originally I just need to speak that out. Not to the person, definitely not.
Yes.
Definitely not in a fired off text, well, go F yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I go outside and I yell. Because, of course, you know, I can without people thinking that I'm crazy.
Yeah, you got a big old property out there.
Yeah. But I've got to diffuse it. And then I did some energy clearing on myself. And then after that, I slept on it. I sat with it. And that's a really important thing. Because I think we have grown up with people pleasing and not having clear boundaries. With a lot of the clients I work with, the biggest part of that is being able to, like, someone asks you to do something and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, but then afterwards you're trying to get out of it. You're a bit like concocting these incredible excuses, you know, as to why. And generally when people have crossed your boundary, though, and you're trying to extricate yourself back out of it, the story is so long and has to be justified. Because you feel like you need to do that. But just being able to literally go, hold on a minute. I'll just sit with that and I'll get back to you in the next couple of days.
I think that's the way to do it.
And that's exactly what I had to do. So I did diffuse in the way of speaking it out to somebody else and then responded with clarity and groundedness and the truth, really.
Yeah.
This morning.
Well, that's the way to do it, isn't it?
And this is part of the responsibility that we have, and part of moving out of being the child throwing the tantrum.
I mean, I take lessons out of mine in regards to like this is a in-person physical response.
Yeah.
But there are verbal attacks.
Yeah.
Putting myself out there every single week, every day.
Maybe attacks on social media.
Exactly. Take it with a grain of salt and just go, they're going through whatever they're going through.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not easy.
And also within that, being able to discern what's in there for you. So for my example that happened yesterday, originally I wanted to arc up and, and then, I diffused, spoke it out, and then in the power of contemplation, recognized that there was actually something that this person was showing me, and what I was pissed off with them about actually is what I'm pissed off with me about, because I'm not showing up for myself in that way. And they were actually showing me that by not showing up for me in that way either. So I think, if we're able to see all of these situations as learning situations, because it's Earth school.
Yeah.
And we're all it doesn't matter which guru we are. It doesn't matter if we're the CEO of a company. It doesn't matter whether we hold a place within government. We are all here on Earth school. We're all growing. We're all learning.
Yeah.
And when we die, we graduate.
Yeah.
Okay. So no one. And that is the embodiment of sovereignty and the embodiment of right relationship, initiated leadership. It's like moving into those adult or elder kind of roles. And having the capacity to be able to, like, for example, I spent so long talking about how we were at 0 degrees on the 20th, which is true, but had nothing to do with the eclipse, you know. Now, I could have continued on.
Or you could have
just gone with it, or just gone, actually, I just need to did it cost me anything?
No.
I don't know. There might have been some listeners out there going, this woman didn't even know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you.
Exactly.
Yes. Unapologetically human.
Well, I think it's been a very good episode. It's nearly been 2 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
But the fact that I had these things sent to myself, I think maybe that's a bit of a little thing that I want to read a couple of these. Because there was, this was the quote that triggered my curiosity to this post. And so the best quote of the year, I like this one. Same post. They put up like 6 or 7 different things. Best quote of the year is, "I don't walk away to teach people a lesson. I walk away because I learned mine."
Yes.
Which kind of exactly refers to what we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect. This one. This one is beautiful. And I like this. This is very clever as well, especially visually, the way they've done this on the post. But hurry kills presence, worry kills peace, doubt kills faith, ego kills love. Now read that right to left. Presence kills hurry, peace kills worry, faith kills doubt, love kills ego.
I like that. Yeah, that's beautiful. That sits well within the body.
Yeah. So that one, it made me feel very when I read that.
It does. I think when you hear that, it just, you feel your whole system just drop into that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So
yeah,
I think that's a nice one to leave everyone on. But very broadly speaking, this episode, we did talk about the year of the snake, wood snake.
Wood snake ending, fire horse beginning.
And so what would you leave everyone on in regards to what we should be doing? I guess it is just coming back to calming ourselves.
Yeah, and just taking your time. Take that breath. Take that breath before you fire back or before you fire off. Become a little bit more measured be open to observing yourself a little bit more. Just see if you can step out of the experience in order to be the eagle flying above.
I have a feeling how long? There's another week left before this.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like there's another few little things for everyone to come up, whether it's externally or internally.
It's the tail of the snake.
Yes. Yeah, just a little bit at the end. We're like, I didn't want to face that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So breathe.
Yep.
Remain regulated.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful. Anything you want to plug to finish up?
Oh, yes. Amazing. I do. I've got a retreat for women happening in Uluru.
Wow.
Yes, from the 21st to the 25th of April. She's just really called me. It was 9 years ago that I was there, and this is like a luxury bucket list spiritual kind of experience as well. We've connected with some local mob, going to be doing dot painting as well as doing all of the incredible high ticket things that you would do in Uluru as well. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited. It's a strong calling. The last time I was there was when Statement of the Heart was read, and my original friend, he was staying in the 5-star resort and I was in the tent. $10 Kmart tent in the camping ground. Yeah. It was amazing. Yeah. And yeah, she's really called me back, which is interesting that it was 9 years ago. So got that happening. We've got Murray Kyle, who is an Eastern States incredible people's poet, artist kind of thing, world renowned. He's going to be in the temple space on the 20th with that alignment with cacao and candlelight. And I've been talking a lot around right relationship, initiated leadership, and I do have an opening to work with people in that. There's a new kind of drive for me, I guess, to share some of the wisdom and to help people clear out toxic environments, to take better responsibility for those that are within their sphere. Yeah. And for everybody to be really operating in their own sovereignty across all time, space and dimensions.
I love it.
Yes.
I always love our chats.
Yeah, me too.
That's good.
Me too. And I must admit, I particularly liked it with the cacao. How did it feel for you?
Yeah, good. I talked a bit more about me, which maybe I guess that's what that's done. I do talk about myself a lot, and so does Delwy. Like, we can only talk to our own personal experiences.
Yeah, that's how we learn and grow.
Yeah, but as long as the listeners take the parallels of what we were talking about, that's all. But also, just it's a cool chat, people talking about what they're going through and things that they've experienced. The year of the ending of the year of the snake and the beginning of the year of the fire horse. Yeah. It's exciting.
Out of the cosmic womb we are birthed.
I love that.
What do we bring forward? I am.
All right. No worries. Thanks, listeners. I hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks, Mandi.
It was the deepest honour. Thank you very much, Cameron.
Easy.